My name is Jensen. Let's learn some UiPath. Today we will see how we can compare two data tables in UiPath using C LINQ. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. That will really help me a lot. So let's inspect our dataset. We got an Excel book here with two sheets, sheet 1 and sheet 2. In sheet 1 we got 10 ideas with corresponding names. That's female footballers if you want to know. And then on sheet 2 I just removed ID 1, 4 and 8. And then I added an extra row with ID 11 with my own name. So now we want to compare which values are both in sheet 1 and sheet 2. So the intersecting values. Let's go to UiPath. Go to activities, and first we will need to read out the data from Excel to DataTables. So go to workbook, drag in read range, and the workbook path, that will just be where we placed our workbook, and that will be I placed mine here. It says that it's in use, so just close it down and then click open. Sheet 1, that's the one we want to read, and let's just delete this range here. We'll take the entire one. So Control K here in output, Control K. This one will be the DT sheet 1. We can go down to variables and see that we created a data table with a name DT sheet 1. That's fine. Now we want to read sheet 2. We could either drag in another read range here, or we could just copy this and paste it and then just change some minor details. This one will be sheet 2. And on the output, delete it, and again Control K DT sheet 2. So now we got our two data tables from the Excel. And what we'll do here is then we go to variables, and then we'll create a third data table that will be the DT result. This is where we will write out our results to. In the variable type, change it to System.Data.DataTable, like this. And now we can use our link query. So find an assign, drag in the assign, and we will use our newly created data table. So we want to add some values to this one. This one will be where sheet 1 and sheet 2 intersects. So what we'll do here is that we will say DT sheet 1 and then AsEnumerable, and then we want to find out where we intersect. So intersect, and then we will just parentheses and then DT. Let me control space to get the intelligence. DT sheet 2 again AsEnumerable, and then comma, and then our namespace will be the system data, and our class will be the data row comparer here, and then the property will just be default. Yes, and go outside the parentheses and then dot copy to data table like this. Now we will see that we get an error. We get an error amongst others says that AsEnumerable is not a member of System.Data.DataTable. Now we will solve this by saving our project, remember that, and close down UiPath. Yes, I said close down UiPath. Go wherever your project is, right click on the Main.xaml file here. So and then we will open with Notepad. And what we'll need to do here is that under assembly reference we will create a new line here, and then we need to type in this one. I'll leave the thing in description, so you don't have to just type it, you can just copy paste it, and we'll paste it below here. So let me remove this again, and then remember to click save like this, and then open up your project again. Now you will see that the error is fixed, which is good, because then we can work with the link query, and we will be there in 5 seconds. Like this. Let me just place our workflow. We can see that the error is not there anymore because we solved it. So now we got the data table with the intersecting rows. Now we can just write out the result. So under activities again, we can use a write range. We'll again pick the workbook write range, and the workbook path will just again where our workbook is. Mine is here. we will be writing the entire range here, so delete this, and then the data table will be the DT result. And we can name the sheet that we want to write out. We don't want to overwrite our data because we'll use it again, so we can say this one is the intersect, like this, and we can run it. UiPath runs, and now it's done. It's really fast, this LINQ query. So then we'll open up the book 1, and we will see that we got this intersect, which is the 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 values. That's the values that's both in sheet 1 and sheet 2. So let us close down the Excel sheet again, and we might want to add the headers as well in this result. However, it doesn't change anything. Now we want to find out which values that is in sheet 1 and not in sheet 2. So that's the no matches. What we'll do here is that we'll just change the LINQ query. Now it gets really easy because we can reuse this. So what we'll do here is, instead of intersect, we will just type in except, like this, click OK, and now we can run it. We might want to write out to a different sheet here, and then we can click run. Now we run UiPath, and we're done. So let's inspect the data again. We will have the book open here. Now we got the except, and we can see that it was 1, 4, and 8. That's in book sheet 1 and not in sheet 2. That's right, because that's the values I removed. Let us close down again and make a third query. Now we want to find out if a value is either in sheet 1 and sheet 2, and then write out the results. So we'll just combine those two. So in this expression editor again, we will use the union here, like this, and we will click OK, and we can write out to the union sheet. There's a new one, but again, and then we will click run. We're done, and we can open the book for our final and third query. We can see here that this one writes out all 10 and then my 11. So we got all the data here from sheet 1 and sheet 2. So that's quite clever. So this is it for now. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. That will really help me a lot. With that said, have a very good day. Bye bye.